Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blueprints. So, I only found out about this game, I think it was actually today, but the idea of this being a puzzle game where notes are required and the concept just seemed so fascinating. I couldn't wait to play it. Okay. Hey, Rose, no. No, Rose.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate.
Yes.
The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Blueprints. Oh, I just realized the name Blueprints. It's a pun. It's on blueprints. Like the architectural drawings. Oh. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to No, Rose. Welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Alright. Ace of Spades. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose one step. When you no longer have any steps left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. The Mount Holly blueprint will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. Okay. Six. The mysterious room mentioned in H.S. Sinclair's will, named only by a number. Despite the house's official blueprint only showing a total of 45 rooms, the words of the legal document make it apparent that a 46th room in the house, in fact, exists. Finding this room is your primary objective while on estate. It is, after all, your bequest. Blueprint objective rarity rumored. From its root meaning, the room before, all signs and paths point towards the antechamber. This mysterious sealed room, resting on the ninth rank, may prove, however, quite an initial challenge to even reach, let alone enter. Still, you can't help but draw a connection between this chamber and room 46. Okay. Greetings from Reddington. Okay. Come on. Come on, pen. Entrance hall. Suspense. And I can't tell. I gotta. Queen of Diamonds. Trunk is locked. More diamonds in a diamond shape. Spiral stairs. Then one. Ah. These pictures have to mean something. I just don't know what yet. And I'm willing to bet they change, actually. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. Pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Set of car keys. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson. His peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. Okay, so billiard room is something I'm looking for. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. Someone. Yeah, the pictures have to mean something. I just don't know if they're randomly generated on each run or what exactly they mean. So that's what gems are for. Hmm. Rather curious windup. Component of the parlor game. Okay, so, guest bedroom has the car keys. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You would press me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. There will always be at least one box which displays true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within, the other two are always empty. This box is black. Wait. The gems are in. Okay, these are both true, so this must be the lie. And if the gems are not in a true box, The Fixed Stars, Stargazer's Companion to Constellations by Richard Witt. Preface. This book contains a complete star base, a list of constellations, and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. North Star, +1 gold twins. 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall. Slice, +3 steps. Diamondus Minor, +1 gem. The Southern Cross, rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Farmer's Apple. Wait, where's 6? No, there's a missing one. Apples are extra delicious today. Clavis the Key, +1 key. Diamondus Major, +5 gems. Draxus the Dead. Dead end rooms are more common today. Sale, everything is 50% off today. Florealis, Bloom of the Sky. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. Hey. Shit, I can't go down. Oh. Hey. Bridget. Please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The close amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Okay, so that's what food does. Gives me a few more steps. Boudoir. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. Okay. So this room's a bit useless right now. Ooh. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the cat estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use. Fabricated very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. Ooh. Is that bunker of some kind? What are those? Okay, so I'm gonna need something to light this up. Eventually. I knew there'd be something out here. That was my first instinct. Turn around. What's out here? Locked. Okay. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Commissary. Oh. All right, I think. All right, gotta call it. A2. Hmm. Okay, so it's all gone. The blue box is empty. The blue box. Blue box is true. Oh, that's true, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the one that is. Oh, okay. Then blue box is true, so that, yeah. So then the blue box is empty must be the lie. Danger. Toggling up breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Let's see. Huh. interesting so far. I haven't gotten too far in it yet. I'm still coming to grips with exactly what needs to happen. Main course is served only in the dining room. Slightly expensive. Steak cut. Bacon and eggs. Club sandwich. Okay, this is significant then. The epic slow-mo. Blue memos are true, red memos are lies. View inventory of all items currently in the house. Keycard system. Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be unlocked with an electronic keycard. Best security level. This mode determines the default setting that security doors will be set to if power is lost during a blackout, for example. General safety rule offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working on the estate. Currently in the house that have yet to be collected. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Okay, so there's access levers needed for the anteroom. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Staff notice effective the first week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. Two of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns directed regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Log into network. Oh, okay. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. That is a lie, then. Uh, navigational compass. Yeah, I can't go any further, but I can at least see if there's any here. Dirigible. Commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. Sorry for any inconvenience. Out. Hmm. Sled. Oh. Now I can't even go any further. Alright. Call it a day. Yeah, at least I got the information that blue memos are true, red memos are lies. All right, no problem. Oh, sleep mask. The first time you enter each bedroom with sleep mask, gain 5 steps. Hmm. Okay, so okay. Okay. It's minus times 10. Oh, okay. So that's 5 plus 1 equals 6. Oh, okay. I get it. I get it, I think. Okay, so yeah, that's saying 10, just 10, add it, nothing. 5 plus 1 is 6. So 13 minus 12? 1. Okay. Plus 2 minus 1. 1 again. 3. Plus 3 times 3. So I think that should be 9? Okay. And then this must be divided by necessity. Okay, so 20 minus 18. 2. 10, 6. Oh, there's another one there. Okay, so 20 minus 18, 2 times 6, 12? Yeah. Oh. There's a hoe. Wooden brass magnifying glass. Inspect documents of the estate more closely. Hmm. Blue blocks, gems. Box is the black box. Okay, that's false. They're both false. Blue box. Laboratory. Okay. I typically work over at Cinca Labs, but got sent over here for a month to assist more with the new turbine tests. I think I need some help. For the past 3 days, I've been able to find the laboratory on the estate. Today was the first success on that front. Can anyone tell me if this is typical, and if so, how do you get new work done? Before I arrived, I was briefed on the way the doors work, but I must admit, I did not expect to be excluded from my new workstation for the first week. Any tips from my fellow technicians would be appreciated. Kimberly Thompson. Hey. Heating and cooling curves. H12 melting point at 01 PT. S205 at atmospheric pressure 93 millipascal. This machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler. Locked and I don't have a key. Locked. Country stew pie. Not yet. toggling of breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought. You spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. T. Okay. Locked by electronic key. Shovel. Might as well get a gem. It's all I can do. Hmm. Rose. Hey, 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 hey. Rose. Hmm. Oh, yes. Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship. I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. The last development was too dark, so keep an eye on that. Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. Hey, no, sweetie, sweetie. Eh, Hmm. 28. Rumpus room.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara,
Hmm.
and I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I see a boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something he was told he would not find. I see a black cat tied to a red flag. I hear the wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon. A door that is always locked, yet has no key. It is the door you have been searching for, yet will not find. A lost room beyond the dark waters. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Okay. Oh, that's the antechamber. The laboratory, you're free to experiment by testing and combining different mechanics to create an original and unique house feature that will last till the end of the day. Whenever you draft a shop room, add a small chest to the. Effective immediately, electronic mail can only be accessed via the security. said I had access shovel. Only car left on the estate should be in the garage. There it is. Shovel looks like it could be useful for digging. Annual Maid's Day sale, 2 days only. All items up to 50% off. Day 20 and 21. Whenever items would be spread throughout the house, they are placed in this room instead. Spreading items. Some special items allow you to spread items throughout your house. When items are spread, they are immediately placed in several of the rooms currently in your estate. However, if you have a conference room, spread items are gathered in that room instead. The office can facilitate a modest distribution of coins withdrawn from the staff incentives program. Okay. Run payroll. After running this process, checks will be placed in each staff member's room. This includes each servant's quarter and maid's chamber currently on the estate. Bridget. Please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I am not sure if the last title is intended to be hearings or herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. Great disc. Turn to one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there's enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives, so just make sure the west and east levers are operational. Room data has been found on this upgrade disk. You will now have the chance to permanently enhance this room to one of 3 different upgraded floor plans. Spare bedroom, spare green room, spare hall. Safe code 9083. That's a lie. The apple orchard has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you'll start each new day with an extra 20 steps. Gardener's logbook. 10th, 1992 to blank. When I first came on the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate, inasmuch as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Robert Nagula, groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance, drive, and east yard. Fortunately, for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epson's death and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. Terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. Soil survey. One of the first tasks I undertook as a groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. While I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from this survey only ever appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electric power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including but not limited to the orchard's smudge pots. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. Smudge pots are not in use. The orchard's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orinda currently in the cloister with the much more appropriate angel, Rinna. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday, and she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth and am too scared of chastisement Wrote for the particulars a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I've only ever seen Rinna's depiction in the chapel. Okay. By the way, hi, Dog Nozzle. I was reading. Hey. I'm on day 3. Days 1 and 2 got cut a little short. I dead ended myself. Yeah, I only found out about this recently. I think maybe even just yesterday. Oh, any. No, except to the antechamber, which I can't open. Alright. Alright, day 4. Oh, no, I didn't make it to the anteroom. I made it next to the anteroom. It was locked from the outside. I couldn't get in. Yeah, there's some levers I have to pull to get access. Red Rover, the key bedroom, Green Thumb, Halls of Holly. I can't back out. Okay, 5, 7, 4 is 19. -9 -4, -3 plus 17. Okay, so 20 minus 18, that's 2 times 6, 12. 8 minus 1, 7 times 2 is 4. Oh, I am loaded with keys. Once you have drawn floor plans. Single ivory die. While drafting, I may use it to roll new floor plans. Right, so I can come back here, get gems if I need. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Still don't know exactly what this does. Although those switches seem to turn on the lights in the room. But everything else I don't have an idea. Sledgehammer. Shatter padlocks, unlock trunks. Yeah. Dark room on the breaker box. I remember. Because it was before. Yeah. The lights went out. Then I flipped that switch. And they came on. So that much I figured out. I do not know what the other stuff. Oh. Boy, wasting steps here. I can turn the key card system off. Yeah, 'cause certain doors, I came across one earlier that was locked with a key card. Oh, okay. So it can be powered off. It's not just disabling it, it's... There nothing... Mm, I've dead-ended myself again. Gems are in a box with a false statement. 2 statements are false. All 3 statements are false. So, 2 statements... Oh, well, it doesn't say... Okay, so if there are 2... I cannot. That's... Well, that's locked with a key card right now, and I do not have the key card. That statements are false. That can't be true. That is, in fact, false. Two statements are false. If that is true, then. But if that is false, then that means there's only one. I don't know. Ah, bummer. Day 5. -20 - 3, 17. 2 times 6. 8 divided by 4. Okay, 18 minus 12 is 6. Times 2 is 12. Divided by 6. 2. Ooh. Silver key. Unlocking a door with the silver key leads to a room with many doors. I assume it will give me a choice between using that and a regular key, but I do not know yet. Okay. Dead ending myself again. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's false. False. That's true. Box that claims to be black has the gem. Okay, this is a new room. Okay. Three times 3 is 9. 17 minus 1 is 16 divided by 16 is 1. 17 minus 15 times 20 is 40 divided by 10 is a worthless old tin can. One trunk. Oh, the car keys. Car keys are, I think, in the parlor. Hmm. Ah, there, the car key. Okay, so is there a way in there? Red Prince, by Mariam Marigold. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. But the prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He cannot stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He cannot stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. Though he always had a book to turn his eyes down, he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? Story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like a prince from his toes to his head. I have absolutely no idea how many people of any kind lived here. The garage. Christoph, this is the third time this month you and the car have been gone when your services were required. I don't care how long you have been driving for his lordship, your absences must be accounted for. Abbott. Oh. The drop off address is 14227 Sandy Heights. Goods are already secure and in the trunk, so just unload and get back here before noon. I've seen Sinclair's schedule and I don't think he'll be requesting the car today, but you never know when the cat will want to get some air. Tomorrow will likely be the last delivery, and I believe Denny already has payment ready. Are they bootlegging? An ordinary key. Okay. That's not a terrible. Westgate has been permanently unlocked. Permanent changes do not reset each. Oh. Hovel. Notice of termination. Dear Mr. Ravain, your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds have been greatly appreciated. However, I regret to inform you that your services as the groundskeeper at Mount Holly will no longer be required, effective immediately. This decision has been made after careful consideration and is based upon repeated observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green rooms in particular has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflects poorly on the last of the staff. You are required to vacate the hovel by the 20th of March, ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the state are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon completion of these instructions. Thank you for your time and service and wish you the best in your future endeavors. Ann Babbage, House Manager. House Manager. Alright, so they cost steps now instead of gems. I think is worth the trade-off, especially seeing as I have 0 gems. There's a VC indicator. But now lemon glazed salmon. All right, I gotta take. It's legally not an Atari. Aww. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, and I will not have to share my room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today will be a good day because he is at camp. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday, and I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book even though he is older. He is a crybaby. Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college and I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long, long time ago. Hopefully you find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I wouldn't have it any other way. I still would rather have had a sister. Congratulations on the diploma and welcome home, Simon. That's sweet. Yeah, see, this is the way to the anteroom. And closed up. Oh, what appears to be a broken lever. Oh, yes. Mm. Okay, so they said there were the west and the east levers, so I'm guessing there's a central lever as well, and they each open up one of the doors to the anteroom. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. And we click on a door, you'll draw three. Okay, yeah. Oh, that. Okay. An oversized turnip should prove to be a nutritious snack. Plus 6 steps. Get in there. Dig up those patches of dirt. Buried below, occasionally you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. Rather dirty coin. Okay, I got a key. Uh, okay. Bedroom closet. Fuck. You've used all your steps and must now call it a day. You have pushed yourself to the very edge of exhaustion and must now return to your campsite to get some rest. You can continue your search tomorrow, however, the house might be a little bit different. Alright, bye, Dog Nozzle. Metal detector, greater chance of finding keys and coins. Lockpick kit. Will occasionally be able to unlock some normal doors. Okay. Go that way. Rose. Hey, hey, hey. Out of the way, sweetie. Rose. Only one box is true. Only one box contains gems. That's true. The gems are in the white box. I think it's in the white. Coupon book. Save one on each purchase you make in the estate. Pair of ivory dice. Rose, Rose, Rose. Out of the way, sweet. No. Rose. Rose. No. A commissary. He gets the black box. Okay. Okay. I understand. A 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 plus 3, 15 divided by 3 is 5. Okay, 20 plus 3 minus 3. Okay, so 20 times 3, 60 divided by 6, 10. Alright, gotta find a commissary. Rose, no. No, no, no. No. No, sweetie. Sweetie. Rose. Rose. Hey. No. No, Rose. Alright. That's gonna be it. I've gone on for long enough tonight. So yeah, that's it. No, fuck it. One more day. Gems in the black box. The gems are in a box with a statement. Ow. 15 minus 10. 5 times 3, 15. 14 minus 2, 12. Times 2, 24. Divided by 8, 3. Okay, 1 plus 19, 20. Minus 6, 14 times 2, 28. Divided by 7 is... an electronic key card. Didn't know if you could actually fit it or not. Oh, and there's going to be a lever for the top. Trees found inside will never shade. The gems that shine in night and rain. Clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coin, so toss away these sheets you find a worthy trade. Okay, let me take the bolted word. I want to find out what the salt shaker does. Whenever you eat food and gain steps, gain it. Okay, gain an extra step. Broken lever. Have the greenhouse. Yeah, there's the door with the rogue moon. Casual drafting and no longer. Marigold wins Herald Literary Honor. August 22nd, 85. Popular children's writer Marion Marigold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap when she discovered on Thursday that her picture book, Swimbird, had been chosen as the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. This is Marigold's second time winning this prestigious honor. The previous medal was, of course, for her debut effort. She was no stranger to the public eye even before her literary success. The niece and closest living relation of Barris H.S. Sinclair, Mary began using Marigold as a pen name to free her from the political associations that one might make with the Sinclair family. January 27th, 86. Swinburne author never considered herself a success. She confided, "My son was the one that actually got me to start writing. I'd always challenged myself to never tell him the same story twice at bedtime. So as we ran out of books we owned, my imagination had to take over from them." Marigold has elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, is based on her son and his inflexible love of the color red, a statement that has been held with much skepticism by the many pundits that viewed that book as a rather thinly veiled critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering blind loyalty to the throne. Publisher and author detained by Red Guard. Question. November 11th, 86. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were two of 3 dozen names that appeared on a leaked dossier naming them a person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forth to officially take responsibility for the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also called themselves the Children of Blackwater. Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumors in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the Popular Order and Mr. White simulate victims of an unfortunate happenstance, whatever that means. It would not be the first time that the publishing house has defended a rogue employee. 3 years ago, an associate editor with the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy, though the charges were later dropped. Marigold drops publisher. Local author and popular personality Marion Marigold has announced a split with her long-term publishing partner, Ruffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Kayla Manning, who Marigold referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Marigold is the third prominent writer to distance themselves from the publisher this week. Seen at the corner, suspicious bag under the wave down a local something. Third major something last year is anticipated charged by the Crown. Manning was the last. The trial begins, expected to last up to something with grand treason. February 21st, 87. No traces discovered of Cinca Eris, but search continues. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator whose fanciful stories are written under the pen name Miriam Marigold, last seen by a close friend around 3:45 p.m. Friday, getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the Hundred Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Mrs. Jones never arrived home and the carriage driver could not be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned but have not deemed the case foul play. An out of character incident at this point, and we are seeking information. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic royal museum heist. Thieves in the royal capital of Fen Ares have broken into one of the crown's fabled closed exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the aristocracy and high peerage, and access has never been granted to those outside noble circles, and at least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds dredging for clues. The museum authorities said they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south wall and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued the royal guard, and disabled the security system. By the time the militia had arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among the treasured artifacts rumored to be stolen is the renowned ruby crown of Verinda Ares, a priceless crown jewel whose material worth pales in comparison to the historic value. If these rumors are true, the evidence may suggest that the theft was politically motivated. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so that's going to be it. Thank you all for watching. Everyone have a good night and a good Friday. And I will see you later. I don't know when I'll be back, but I'll be back in the next couple days with some Elden Ring and some more of Blueprints. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night and good Friday. Bye bye.